All right, let's talk hotels. Have you ever been planning a Disney trip and just wished your hotel room had a full-on kitchen so you could save a little bit of money? Well, if that's you, then this explainer is going to be right up your alley. Today, we're diving deep into a totally different kind of hotel, the Candlewood Suites Anaheim. Welcome back to our Disneyland Hotel Diaries. This is the series where we do all the homework for you. We sift through the reviews, we look at the pictures, and we find out what people are really saying so you can find that perfect home base for your trip. And today, we're looking at an apartment-style hotel that could honestly be a game changer, especially if you've got a family or you're planning a longer stay. Because let's be real, when you're planning that magical vacation, this is the million-dollar question, isn't it? Where you stay can seriously set the whole tone for your entire trip. Okay, so here's our game plan for today. Think of this as your virtual inspection. First, we'll get to know what this hotel is all about. Then, we'll tackle the location and that all-important walk to the park. After that, we are going inside the room, because that's the main event here. Then we'll weigh the good against the, not so good. And finally, we'll give you the final verdict with some pro tips. So, first things first, what even is a Candlewood Suites? Well, unlike your typical hotel, this place is literally built for longer stays. So you should think of it less like a hotel room and more like your own temporary apartment, a functional, comfy home base for your Disney adventure. Whoa. Okay, let's just pause on this for a second. A 4.5 out of 5-star rating from over 700 reviews, that is seriously impressive. That tells me that for the right type of person, this hotel is absolutely knocking it out of the park. So let's find out why. All right, moving on to the big one, location. For any Disneyland hotel, this can make or break your entire day. So let's talk about the walk. Okay, so I've dug through a ton of reviews, and here's the consensus. You're looking at about a 15 to 20-minute walk to the park's main gate. Now, that's totally doable for a lot of people, but it's not right across the street. And that's something you really have to think about, especially if you have little kids with tired legs at the end of the night. But wait, here is the insider hack, the thing that people who stay here all the time do. Instead of walking that whole way, you just walk a few minutes over to the Toy Story parking lot, you go through their security line, which is often way shorter, and then you hop on a free shuttle that drops you right at the front gate. It is a brilliant way to save your feet. All right, now for the part that really makes this place stand out from the crowd. Let's go inside the room. This is where it gets interesting. And here it is, the big draw, the whole reason you'd even consider this hotel. We're not talking about a little microwave and a mini fridge. Nope, we are talking about a real, full, functional kitchen in every single room. For families, this is just a massive budget saver. Think about making your own breakfasts, packing lunches for the park. It adds up fast. And because it's built like a mini apartment, it's not just one big box. You actually get separate zones, There's a spot for cooking and eating, a little desk area if you need it, and then your sleeping space. Having that separation just makes the room feel so much more spacious and livable, especially if you're there for more than a couple of days. And believe me, when they say full kitchen, they are not kidding. You get a full-size fridge with an ice maker, a dishwasher, so you're not doing dishes on vacation, a stovetop, microwave, coffee maker, plus all the pots, pans, and utensils you actually need. Reviewers say you can legitimately cook full meals in here. Hey, real quick, if this breakdown is helping you sort out your vacation plans, would you do me a huge favor and hit that like button and subscribe? It lets us know we're on the right track and helps us make more of these hotel diaries for you. Okay, back to it. Okay, let's get into the nitty-gritty, the honest truth. We've combed through what feels like a million reviews to find the things people absolutely love. And, well, the things that kind of drive them crazy. It's time for perks versus quirks. So on the perk side, you've got super friendly staff, completely free laundry, which is amazing for our family trip, those awesome full kitchens, and a handy little market downstairs. Now for the quirks. The biggest complaints are about noise, the fact that there's only one elevator for the whole building, a pretty basic pool, no free breakfast, and yeah, you do have to pay for parking. One thing that just kept popping up over and over again was the staff. People felt so welcomed. They even mentioned employees by name, like Jocelyn and Leroy, for just being incredibly helpful and kind. And that kind of personal touch really does make a huge difference. But on the flip side, there's the noise. And wow, this quote from a guest pretty much says it all. It seems like the walls might be a little on the thin side, so you can sometimes hear everything from your neighbors upstairs to conversations in the hallway. Now, about that pool, let's just set our expectations right. It's small and it's pretty no frills. Reviewers say it's totally fine for a quick dip to cool off after a hot day in the parks. But if you're dreaming of a lazy pool day where you lounge around for hours, this probably isn't the spot for that. So, after all that, let's put it all together. We've seen the location, we've peeked inside the room, we've heard the good and the bad from real travelers, so what's the final verdict? Is the Candlewood Suites the right hotel for your trip? So who is this hotel actually for? We'll see if this sounds like you. It's perfect if you're a family that needs more space and a kitchen. It's awesome for longer stays of, say, 5 days or more. If your main goal is saving money by cooking and you think a 20-minute walk is a fair trade for that, then bingo. This is for the true park goer who just needs a solid, functional base camp, not a fancy resort. And hey, if you do decide to book it, you've got to remember these 3 pro tips. They will make your stay so much better. 1. Use that Toy Story shuttle hack. Seriously. 2. The laundry machines are free, but the soap isn't, so just pack a few laundry pods from home. And 3. If you're a light sleeper, given the noise thing, specifically ask for a room on a higher floor, away from the elevator and laundry room. So really, it all boils down to this one simple question you have to ask yourself. For your trip, is having that full kitchen and all that extra space worth a 20-minute walk and giving up a big fancy pool? That's the trade-off, and only you know the answer for your crew. Thanks for hanging out with us for this deep dive.